So in this one, we are gonna go over some random scripting in RPGMaker. Drop down the somethings so you can see. I don't even remember what I talked about in the last video. I probably didn't talk about anything, just leaves everything blank. I've been coughing a lot lately. It's been great. But I got some tea because I was a dengue. I think I'm gonna leave that just like that. Let's see if they have quick keys. Nope, I can't just Control U to underline. I want to underline it so bad. Let's see if there are any other ones. Control bold. Nope. Well, I just want that to be. I'm gonna retype it all caps. Adenga. Just for memory's sake. So we're gonna do some scripting. I'm not gonna make any scripts. I'm just gonna show how you would add pre-made scripts. My favorite people to grab scripts from are Yanfly, and I think would be pronounced Daimonious Tales. I think they have another name listed somewhere in each of their scripts, but that's who I'm going to be working on putting scripts into this demo game for in this episode. And I guess that's probably all I'm going to talk about is some scripts. This one, oh, I guess down here it would be sometimes at the top, sometimes not. You would see something down here of like somebody crediting themselves with the creation of the script. Let's see. So you can, maybe I'll post links to these, and Yanfly. His is on a WordPress instead of Weebly, but yeah, that's somebody who has a ton of pre-made RPGMaker scripts of all sorts. I know that this person is still making scripts even for MV, and I think that Yanfly is too. But I'm just going to show off ones that are made for VX-Ace, which most of the time your scripts are not going to port over nicely from one type of RPGMaker, one version to the other, even if it's just the difference of VX to VX-Ace. There are enough differences with the system where you can't just copy and paste one from RPGMaker 2003 or something like that to MV and hope that it'll work. But most people have gone through and made scripts for the different versions for the same thing that you wanted. Anyway, so here's one. Some of them will say straight up if they are plug and play. This one, you just copy paste this script into, I don't know if I can even get that on the screen. Yay. But you would be down in the materials section, just insert a bunch of these in here so I can scroll down into the materials section of your script editor, and you just insert to make a new one of these, or right click, insert, click the insert button, and then you can label it whatever you want. Sometimes my labels aren't the same as their labels because they're sometimes really long, or there's something that makes more sense to me for being able to remember what it is. These ones are mostly plug and play with advanced game time. This one in particular, which this is one of my favorite game time scripts. I've tried to use a few of them where people tried to get it close to something like Harvest Moon, and I run into some errors here and there trying to use it with certain other scripts. So if you find somebody who has all the scripts that you want, I would suggest not looking for scripts by anybody else, just because sometimes they don't work together. And you won't find out until you're, 3 months into developing a game that, oh, when I play test and go into this room and then click on this, it crashes my game time script for no reason, and it's fabulous. But unless you're pretty solid on scripting, it's going to be pretty difficult for you to figure out what went wrong. I mean, it usually tells you which line the error was on. Sometimes it doesn't. But that's like one of the nice things about RPGMaker system, is that it will just tell you like line 160 error, and sometimes it even tells you what's wrong with that line, where if you're editing the script yourself, oh, when I changed that line, I forgot a comma or something like that, or I didn't close the parentheses, and it included the entire script in what I just wanted to select one attribute. But certain scripts just don't work together well, and certain scripts over here you have to put them in the correct order, which you run into with a lot of Yanfly's, because he has a menu script that it just has to go first, and then you can put any other script in there of his. His menu script just has to go first, and then some of the other ones have to be in the order that they are, but he has it listed out, and he's noted it usually on the script page, so you would know that ahead of time. So if you're running into crashing errors there, I would just look back at notes that he had if you're using his script. But other stuff is unavoidable because certain people will use the same variables, like here's a control toggle. I think for this one I might have changed it to control. It might have been shift, because I like leaving shift as run. But anyway, this is one that's rather plug and play. A lot of them will have some kind of organization where this person even gives you all the script calls that if you open up like an advanced script as an event, you can put in one of these script calls to do whatever over here you're looking to do with the time. So you can have an event, and I think I have one in one of my games where you can have it change the time ahead. Where is that one? It's in here somewhere. Yes. Time change. And you can manually set the time, or no, I used this one, where you can add and then reduce, or remove, I guess, for this command. Remove or add hours for on like a bed. So you walk up to the bed and the screen fades out. It adds like 6 hours to the clock, where you would have in here, you would put add hour and then N for 6 hours that you want added, and then fade the screen back in, and voila, 6 hours have gone by. Where some people who've made their scripts, they have some of these built in, but they don't give you the script call list up here, and that's something where you would have to just go back and dig through here to see what they did. And if you don't know what you're looking at, I would either use a different script or learn Ruby, or which is what RPGMaker is coded in, or you know, just give up. It's this one has its own customization section as well. Oh, that highlighted really nice. Is that because I highlighted it before? Where it just tells you with a comment what this line of code does and what you're changing. So, you know, like, I'm sure I changed a bunch of these. I don't remember what the original code had set as defaults, but I think the start time, it was all zeros, and I wanted it to start at 6 a.m. on the first day of the first month of the first year instead of 0. You know how some games start you on year 0 and other ones start you at 1. It's just, you know, your Japan versus Korea kind of idea. That rhymed. Anyway. Some scripts are very comment heavy and tell you exactly what you're looking at, and other ones aren't. Some of them have something where it's listed for the customization area, and some of them don't. Yanfly tends to either like label the customization area or not, but he will definitely label where you shouldn't edit anymore with something like past this editing past this point will, like, you know, like do horrible things, butterfly flapping its wings in a faraway country, you know, that sort of thing. But let's see, I guess field abilities is one of your like standard plug and plays. Plug and plays are pretty nice because you don't have to think about anything. You just paste it into this materials section over here, and it just works. So I think I changed the default jump key to Alt just because I think it was Control, which I had changed to be the clock. So, because the last time script that I used had the clock toggle as Control, so it was just what I knew. I had to change it. All of this changing could have been avoided if I had just changed the clock to Alt and left this as Control, but, you know. I think Trade World 5 is the unfortunate test name of this this game here, but the Alt button just makes you hop forward 2 squares. I guess I didn't set the pathing on these squares correctly, so I guess I could demo that too. Okay, so these ones work correctly. I can walk on top of them. These ones I can't walk through at all because their pass blah 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 setting is not correct in the database either. That one's right. That one you can even see the grass on your feet. I think on this one is like that as well. It looks like I'm wading in see-through stone. That's a little odd. I wonder if I can check that off. Anyway, that would be in our database. Click F9 to get to, or just go in one of the 4 buttons of RPGMaker across the top that aren't like file or edit. And go to our tile sets. I don't even know what tile set I'm using. Probably this one, field. And I don't even remember what I didn't have checked. What am I walking on? It was this one that I walked under instead of through, which could be based on how I did the event. Nope, totally below characters, and that's not the tile settings anyway. click through here. I probably used one of these. Unfortunately, there are 4 different ones, so I have no idea which one it actually was. So I guess I'm just gonna make them all through, not stars. Stars are something that, that's why this looked funny. I'll leave one as a star, in case I want to go back and have pathing that looks like this, that has that special effect of looking like there's like haziness on the ground, where it looked like we were wading through stone water, which is wrong on so many levels, but you know, it looked really cool. Looked more like there was like just dust coming up. What other one? Oh, this, I used one of these, so I'm gonna make them both O's, and then the bottom corner again, unless it was that one. I think it's this lighter kind, but I guess I can just change this one as well. So I have one square that's non-passable tiles, just in case I decide to have this floor pattern somewhere later in the game where it's non-passable. Which that could be like if you want this to be the rock face or something, that's the wall instead of the floor, which on this map I used as the floor. I guess that's set up in a couple other places where just sometimes you have them open and sometimes they're closed. If I don't want the grass to be pathable, oh, I guess that's built in, so that would be a layering thing, but I think I fixed them all. Did I pay enough attention? Of where? Okay, that one's still above me because I forgot to fix the layering. But this one I can walk on now, and this one is still doing the weird. Oh, there's a puppet. And yeah, so I'll fix that later. We're supposed to be talking about scripting though, so which I'm just about done. It's pretty much just a recap of seeing when you download a script from somebody, if it's not Yanfly or Daimonious Tales, it can be difficult putting them in sometimes if they're not just super easy and straightforward like those two tend to have. They also just have a lot of different scripts, so usually you can do everything that you want to do in most games between the two of them, or depending on what you're doing, just with one of them. There are a couple other time scripts out there if you don't like this one that will give you pretty decent game time with eventing like this. But you'll just have to try those out on your own and see if you like them better than this one. I just happened to try 2 or 3 other ones, and once I found this one was just it. So I didn't have crashes and weird unexplained errors anymore, just from changing certain events around over time. So that's I guess just a little snippet on scripting in RPGMaker, VXAce, but a lot of that is general information that carries over to the other ones, just as long as you aren't trying to put scripts from one version of RPGMaker into the other, because I think MV has the same, that's the newest one, as VXAce, but not all of them are probably going to port without some editing. It just depends on what they decided to do with MV. I had read that most games would just very easily port into MV from VXAce, but that's just something I haven't actually tried myself. I just read about it in case I want to upgrade to MV at some point, so I can make some games with touchscreen capabilities, which I think sounds pretty cool. But yeah, that's to be seen for now. Might upgrade my games one day so I can have some random touchscreen features included in it, like running around or something while you're just sitting there playing on your phone or whatever. But yeah, this has been just a little tutorial on some script loading in RPGMaker.